What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day today and a good weekend. Now, to get us started in today's video, we've got a tweet from LBRY. She tweeted earlier saying, Raul GM. And now we get this. If there's somebody that should get fired for this, it's Gary Gensler. Even you know Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple's XRP. Guys have been saying you need a ruling. Gensler failed to do his singular job to regulate. I can't agree more. Gary had one job and he's proven he's terrible at it. We need a change. Somebody else needs to become chairman of the SEC or chairperson of the SEC and see if we can maybe salvage this sinking ship.
My actual argument is Gary Gensler. He's been so busy saying we will fight you when you do wrong, and he has not created a set of rules of which people need to abide by. And everybody's been asking him, and he's refused to do it. And now you get this. And I think, if there's somebody who should get fired for this, it's Gensler. Not because, oh my God, you didn't protect these individuals and it's all happened. It's not about the retrospective. It's like you failed to do your singular job, which is to regulate a space, and everybody, all the industry, Brian Armstrong, all of these people have been going to him endlessly saying, you need to do something about this. Even, the Brad Garling and the XRP Ripple guys have been saying you need a ruling because nobody can operate. And when nobody operates, the grey area happens, and it's this. And it's his fault for being so slow and being so aggressive without actually doing anything.
As always, welcome back to Money Side, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP Army. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you don't miss out on our daily crypto updates. In more interesting news today, we've got this tweet. It comes from BitBoy Crypto. He tweeted earlier sharing that everyone who owes the XRP Army a huge apology. The work they have done to uncover corruption at the SEC is probably what will end up saving the space. And many of you cheered and assumed the early demise of Ripple. I was also guilty, but now we unite. From Bloomberg Technology, we have some breaking news that FTX has filed for bankruptcy and Sam Bankman-Fried resigned as CEO. Something doesn't seem right here. Why does it feel like many of us can't identify fraud when we see one? There's more to this than meets the eye here.
In news of the last 15 minutes or so, FTX filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the company's controversial chief executive, Sam Bankman-Fried, resigning as CEO and will remain to assist in an orderly transition. Let's get Shanali Bassett for more. Hey, Shanali.
John, orderly is difficult when you have an entity that has 130 entities across the globe really looking to file for bankruptcy and receive whatever assets they can to make some investors partly whole again. However, the value of a lot of their holdings obviously have fallen dramatically. You have FTX Trading, the FTX US entity, Alameda Research, which is Sam Bankman-Fried's trading shop, and again, like I said, the 130 additional companies. There are certain subsidiaries that are not part of this filing. LedgerX, FTX Digital Markets, an Australian entity, and an ExpressPay. What happens to those is a little bit unclear, but remember, the ones that are filing have a lot of things that they're invested in as well, and a lot of counterparties that we don't know how they will fare through this.
And it seems like our earlier idea that the whole FTX saga being fraud is not very far-fetched. Here is another video where Scaramucci talks about SBF, FTX, and how he'd implore Sam and his family to tell the truth to their investors. Now, I don't want to call it fraud at the moment because that is a legal term, and none of us know. We have to leave it up to the regulars, but I'm distressed about it.
I don't want to call it fraud at this moment because that's actually a legal term. And none of us know, and we have to leave it up to the regulators, and we also have to give everybody a presumption of innocence. But I have to tell you, I'm distressed about it. I don't like it for the industry, and I would implore Sam and his family. He has two wonderful parents, Joe Bankman and Barbara Fried. I would implore them to tell the truth to their investors, get to the bottom of it, stop 22 tweets, but get themselves in front of a regulator and explain exactly what happened. And if there was fraud, let's clean it up to the extent possible and repair the accounts at FTX. For myself, I'll be working on buying back my equity and restoring that. The good news for Skybridge investors, we had no assets on custody there. We thought that was a potential conflict of interest, and so we were saved that way.
In more interesting news, Gary Gensler shared a video earlier this week saying how he had a chance to sit down with Healthy Markets to discuss recent issues in the crypto markets.
When do we have problems? When do investors get hurt? It's when we have a lack of disclosure, opacity, if you wish, a lack of disclosure, particularly when you're using other people's money. We've also seen the use of leverage. This is a highly centralized, interconnected field right now. So we've got lack of disclosure, a lot of leverage, using other people's money, a lot of interconnectedness. Second thing, if I might say, and you see this in the events of the last 2 days, is the commingling of a lot of important intermediary functions. And in our time-tested public policy, we separate out these functions. And we saw this in the spring, and it appears that we're seeing this again in these last 2 days. And then customers are shut out and they can't get their value. They can't get their funds back. So look, we're seeing this in real time. How this is unfolding is in real time, but we saw it in the spring as well, in real time, that investors are getting hurt. Good folks are getting hurt. Lack of disclosure, a lot of leverage, a lot of interconnectedness. It's like sort of Jenga blocks all built up, and each block kind of gets pulled out. It topples a bit. So I would not take the last 2 days as separate from what's happened in the last 8 months.
Another one here from Riz XRP, or Rise XRP perhaps. The SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce says she has been disappointed with a lack of clarity regarding cryptocurrency regulation, and a more transparent system is needed. Pierce views the SEC's lack of willingness to dialogue with the crypto industry more than anything else as a missed opportunity, one that could result in the federal agency being boxed out of having a leading role in shaping a critical industry. And now as we wind down on today's video, here comes a tweet from LBRY, I call it LBRY, but they're saying they would be happy to speak before Congress about the corrupt and likely illegal behavior of the SEC under Gary Gensler. That seat's probably getting pretty hot at this point, and I think it's about time that Gensler goes away. Time's up. And always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can always let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.